It's 6:47, September 11th, 2004, and we're in the Babylon project in Minneapolis. We're lighting candles as a remembrance to the events of 9/11/2001. I light the candles so that we have a sacred atmosphere within the project. Sunrise will be at 6:47, which is right now. Then we'll go into a reading of the names of the victims. Paul Friedman, Carlton Fife, Susan McKay, Karen Martin, David DiMaglio, Donald DiTullio, Alberto Dominguez, Peter L. Hashem, Susan McKay. It's 7:45. 7:45. We forget these things and move along reasonably, but the result of what happened in the war in Iraq and those things, those go on, and the hatred and the absurd sort of cultural domination and the insanity of all religious fanatics continues, and that's what the whole thing is really about. And the perversion of the notion of God and God's relationship to mankind, that's what it's about. That's it.
When we lived in Baghdad between 1937 and 39, we sometimes would visit Babylon, sort of walking around. My mother bent down and picked this up and looked at it, brushed the dust off. It's a message. Wow, it's not a computer screen. It's not a printout. But it's scratched into the earth. It's the way we talk to each other thousands of years ago. It's a message about messaging. It's a message about communication. This is more than just a piece of dirt caked together by the sun and the water. This is living history to remind me of time, remind me of humanity.
Iraq is not a unified country, it's a group of different tribes. Babylon is one of the places in Iraq. In that kind of a dialogue, you have these kinds of powers coming and going. The final player in the history of Babylon right now is the two Bushes, like the two Nebuchadnezzars. The two Bushes are involved in a war right now. A lot of people call it an oligarchy. A lot of people think it's a war for power. A lot of people think it's about the domination of the economies of the world. What it is Joseph Campbell's kind of thinking, the notion of regicide, to kill the king. If you want to be the king and you're the prince, you have to kill the king. That's how it works. The prince becomes the king by killing the king. If you want to be the authority of culture, as the right-wing American agenda states, you have to kill the standing king. Standing king in culture in the history of the Western civilization is Babylon. The agenda of George Bush is unwittingly the destruction of Babylon and the imposition of an American iconography onto the landscape, an American sociology into the mindscape. That's what this is really about. Now, as I play this game out, right now you're seeing it, no people are here. There's no one in Babylon at this time. But now, in our storyline, it's going to begin by blessing it. I have a candle lit because Tommy Attridge, the sculptor, says that when an artist is in the room, you have to have a candle. And we have this blue river, the metaphorical river, and this is the wine. And the wine blesses the sculpture. This is made out of oil. The entire thing is made out of 600 pounds of red iron clay, microcrystalline wax, motor oil, and automobile grease, which my team spent 3 weeks hand mixing and applying to this. So this is wax and motor oil. And it's oil, which is one of the arguments about what they're fighting about, but I don't think it's true. And so now I've done that, now the piece is alive. So now that the piece is alive, it means that civilization can be within the piece, within Babylon. So my first action is to take and set a founding personage. And I'm going to set him over here because I have to make all these decisions myself. And he goes here. And another one goes here. This is resources. And this is a kiln because he happens to go with clay. So now my piece is begun because now I put people on there. Now my imaginary people are here. Now one of the things that we're doing in this particular project is we're asking for your help. We need people to be engaged in the piece. We need to be able to create a way to be able to make the piece happen. So one of the things that we're doing is in this particular piece, you can become citizens of the Babylon experience. The way you do that is you enter in at different levels of reality, different levels of support, different levels of being invested in the piece. You'll get an area where is your place, where you belong. We will build sculptures that are based in the history of the story. And it depends on what level, whether or not it's a palace or whether or not it's a more common home, what kind of a place it is. After the course of one fiscal year in real time, our time, you will come in, you'll turn in your cuneiform tablet. Cuneiform writing is the Mesopotamian form of writing, and a title. You'll turn that title in to us. When we take that, we'll give you the building that is on the property that you own, or the group of buildings that's on the property that you own. You'll take those home. You own those. You keep them as part of Babylon. But to be able to make this happen, we want to ask you to become involved in it. And I know that it's really gauche and we're not supposed to do this, but we need the help of people who understand the project. And those are the kinds of people that we want to be involved with, and we want them to be a part of this project. What happens with the project when we're finished, when it's all done, is that all of these documents become sort of a history. They end up in notebooks. We keep notebooks on projects like this, which are a collection of everything involved in the project. Out of those books come the collection of the stories, the photo documentation that goes along with it. That becomes a published document at the end. As far as the piece itself goes, that doesn't matter because it's the experience that matters. It's the small individual pieces that you own when you get home that are part of it. That's what's held as real estate. So that is the end of the talk and the end of the performance. I really want to thank you all for coming down tonight. I want to encourage you to get involved. I'm like the Channel 2 pitch man. Pick up your phone and call in now. That's how it works. And enjoy the party. Thank you all very much. Yeah. Okay. Thanks.